Meet the team that doesn't just talk about impact, they ignite it. Jim Morris and producer Rachel.
Good morning, Monday morning, everybody. How we doing?
How we doing? Did the applause work? Did I just get that to actually work?
It worked.
Did you hear? Yay, good. Yeah. I got to take the headphones off because it was to hear that. I was like, it only took me forever to realize that I have this little mixer and you can put your cell phone in as an input instead of another microphone. And I was like, oh, I can probably just look up cheering sounds. I'm getting the hang of this thing, Jim. I'm getting there. Good morning.
It's not even a thought for me to put in those additional noises based on my technological skill around live stream. And producer Rachel's over here like, I'm finally getting it. Yeah, okay.
If I can up level
15-hour live
everything
stream straight. Yeah.
Listen, last year, don't tempt me. I mean, we're in May right now. Last year I went live a day in May. It almost broke me. So I may go live again. I'm thinking of doing something because I'm working on my children's book. That's my goal for May, is to like get that done so we can start promoting that. We meaning myself and all my personalities. No, my team. But I want to do like a page a day in May where I go live, sort of like I do co-creating in the community where I go live and we either like we co-work, you do whatever you want, you focus on something for an hour. And so every day I'll do like a page from the book, the children's book. Right? Like crazy. I loved going live a day in May. It was just a lot. And I think that I'm the type of person who at first I was scared to just like talk to the camera. Does that make sense? So I would book a guest with me every time, which meant I have to had to research them. I had to prep everything. I had to have graphics, right? Like, cause I don't do anything like just go live like I tell clients to. I have to like make it a thing, obviously, as you can tell with sound effects. But this year, the goal is just to like, just go live and go on camera and just talk to the people, right? Like talk to the people who support you all the time. I have people that constantly have notifications on when I go live. So I want you to go live more. I think that you'll enjoy it. And, see, we got the thumbs up from that. And it's just easy. So when people come to me and they're like, I want to start a podcast or I want to do all these amazing things. I'm like, that's awesome. Just show up live as often as you can and start there. Because I think a lot of times we have these like huge grand ideas. And I used to be the person that would like, I'd want to like push all those ideas through, or I'd want to be the one to execute everything, right? Instead of just like letting go and having faith, which is mostly what I do now, and allowing like God, the universe, source, whatever, to like put the puzzle pieces into play. I would always be like, no, we're going to do this today. Like, or no, we're going to do it this way. Instead of just like being open to possibilities. And I'm so, I think, much happier, much lighter now that I sort of just allow different possibilities to happen. And that's sort of I try to like teach my clients that too, where it's like, okay, I know you want to start a podcast, podcasting is a full-time job in and of itself. Like it's not quick and easy, but like going live, I just say, go live then. Like go live on Instagram, go live with a guest, do that. It's posted and you ship it and you're done and you move on with your life. To me, that's like allowing, right? Like we have other tools in our lives for the things that we do and different ways of doing it. And like, just press the easy button, right? And if you can continuously show up live, then call me about starting a podcast. Does that make sense? Because I think it's overwhelming for people when they start and they're like, what is it? They say you have to get to 8 episodes before you can even say you have a podcast, right? I think it's like grade 8 or something.
Yeah, I've heard 8 episodes. I've heard if you do 21 episodes, you're in the top 1% based on the number of podcasts out there. I've heard all different, but I think what you're saying is just really interesting and very strategic. That was the word that came to my mind, because when you take on a new project, we tend to want to go 0 to 100%, right? And it takes time to build something to be able to operate it at 100%. And I think what you're talking about is the fact that energy, you're gaining energy by taking the small micro step forward. And if you have a destination or a goal like a podcast, and you can start here on Instagram and do a live one week, and then do it again, and then do it. And then you're technically building your show. As long as you call it the same thing, right? As long as you identify a brand around it, then it's a show. It's a show. It's a podcast. It's a live stream. The conduit of what determines those definitions is just literature, but you are the conduit. You're the person that's doing it. You're providing a repetition. You're providing an opportunity, whether it's education, entertainment, fun, comedy, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, but taking those little steps is going to build that compound energy to build the courage to go and invest in a podcast. And I think investing in a podcast, investing in a show is not just financial. And that's one of the things that I was having a discussion around with a few weeks ago with a couple of friends is like, it's like, well, I just launched a podcast and I'm going to leverage that as a marketing tool. And, can I pay you like $2,000 a month and you can distribute, produce? Yeah, great. Awesome. What's the podcast about? Oh, it's like, yeah, why don't you get on Instagram? This was my advice. Get on Instagram for 2 weeks or Facebook. Start talking about things to see what comes to you, what you feel, what's available, and see what gives you energy. Because here's the thing. I did a podcast, right? I think I've got like 50 episodes on the impact effect or close to it. It will probably end up at like 75, 80 this year. But before that, I had a podcast that I was paying a lot of money, $15,000 retainer, and no title, wasn't distributed on YouTube, never made it to Apple or Spotify. Just kind of all.
What were you paying $15,000 for? Holy cow, Jim!
It was a retainer, so it wasn't like a monthly $15K.
Right.
But the reality of it is like, I wish I didn't spend that money. I wish I tested the market on live stream. It would have cost me what, $50 a month for StreamYard if I was trying to get to multiple, free if I was just on Instagram live stream or just on single platform Facebook live stream. You don't have to go and do all those things. Start small to understand what gives you energy, to validate, and then to be available, like you said. Like, jump on Instagram. It's free. And you can hit post video right after. Now you have a show. Just title it.
Yes. And you can take that live stream link and then just cut that up into shorts too. So I just feel like I woke up today, it's such a Monday day, and wanted to really share that, like, stop pushing against the tide, right? Like, there's so many ways that we can make this easier in our lives and just share our stories. I mean, that's the important thing to me is people share more of their stories. Your story is not for you. It's for the person that's going to hear it and relate to it and want to get through the day, right? Like, your story could give somebody else energy. And when we allow things to be like blocks in our lives where it's like, oh, I don't feel comfortable doing this, or, oh, I feel like I have to have a podcast, or, oh, I don't look as professional as Jim, or, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, again, comparison is the thief of joy. But I want to encourage people, like, if it gives you energy, if you love to storytell, like, don't wait for a podcast, just go live. When the moment strikes, go live. And I know people will complain like, oh, well, I'm not wearing makeup or my hair's not done or whatever. Like, use a filter. It's fine. Instagram allows a filter. You can do it. Like, you'll be okay. Don't let these things to become like, what does it say? Make mountains out of molehills. Like, don't create mountains when there aren't any. And then also, like, it's not that deep. Like you said, like, if it gives you energy, like, forward momentum and baby steps. Baby steps are amazing. They become bigger steps.
Totally. Well, you say that quote again. Like, whoa, say that one more time. The thief.
What? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Full body goosebump moment right there for me. Whoa, I'm still vibrating. Seriously though, like, that hit me right there. I don't know why, but like, yeah. I mean, I think back of. I like to disrupt the norm. It's actually like one of the most energetic things for me is to say, I think that's freaking awesome. Let's do this. And I think it could be even better, right? Like, that is like my life motto, probably. And then you add the word creative into the disruption, and I'm like, I get to create. I get to disrupt. This is new. People could hate it. People could love it. But when I start to get into that headspace of too much input, too much outside advice, interaction, some is wanted, some is unwanted, right? And it's not a negative thing, I don't think. I think people solicitate opinion because they get excited behind an idea, or they get attracted to something that I've decided to engage with them about, or ideate around, or develop, essentially. And in those moments, I just think it's really important to understand how much advice you're getting and how much advice you want and what's true to you. Because when I did a big conference the first time, I did what everybody else told me to do. And then the second time, I was in so much more alignment. It was so much easier. I had the right people around me because I just took micro steps to be like, hey, how does this feel if we do it this way? Let me think about it. Okay, let me just do it. Let me talk to some speakers. Hey, we're going to do 10 minutes of introduction, 40 minutes of experience. I don't want you on stage more than 10 minutes. People started trying to tell me how to coordinate that based on what they experienced, based on what they wanted, right? And I had to literally just shut it out. So my advice to you is take the small step, do the live, ask for some feedback, but don't take all the feedback, because as you're continuing to do these small micro steps towards the big goal, it's starting to compound and you're starting to develop the brand. You're starting to develop the idea. You're starting to develop the strategy. And if you leverage in so much outside input, you tend to get away from your gut. You tend to get away from your heart. You tend to get away from what matters to you. And when you get away from those things that matter to you, that's, for me, that's where I lose inspiration and motivation. People can say it's discipline, right? And I totally understand the difference between discipline and motivation. But I'll tell you what, if I ain't motivated around it, there's no fucking way I'm going to be disciplined around it. And yes, you remove the emotion, but like, who wants to live a David Goggins life where it's just like, remove the emotion and go and discipline? Like, I don't know anybody who enjoys that. It can get shit done, but why settle for that approach? Why not like be motivated every day because it's you and you're creating and you're developing and you're building and you're compounding and you're enhancing and you're advising and you're growing and you're getting insight, but you're using your mind in an individual state to create. And I think that is just so powerful, and that gives me a ton of energy. So if you're a creator, if you're someone that likes to build, develop, enhance, advise, strategize, make things bigger than they could be based on what your experience, like, then I would advise you to take that route. Now, there is some people who don't give a shit about creation or don't give a shit about, being that in tune with what they're building, and that's fine too. And I think that's where a lot of the folks get into that, like, discipline, like ignore the emotion, ignore the feeling, do the thing, follow the framework. And I understand that in a lot of cases, but I couldn't disagree more in most cases related to me, right? Because I have some clients I work with that aren't like that. And I'm just like, just do the thing, man. This is the goal. You don't give a shit how you get there. Like, this is the framework. Do it. Ignore the emotion. But then there's those creators that are like, well, this doesn't feel right, or it feels off, or it doesn't feel in line. And I can't create beautiful, or I can't create something beautiful or beautify this creation if I'm out of that emotion, if I'm out of that alignment. So I just think there's two ways to look at it. But ultimately, to your point, that quote is, I'm writing that thing down like right after the show today. I got to put that like above the laptop, above the camera, and just lean into that more. So thank you. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. So for this Monday of a day, we need to, number one, be open to possibility, right? I totally understand being uber focused on something, but if we're not open to possibilities, we miss all these amazing things that could be happening. Random example, I needed a landscaper, got a quote. It was way too expensive. And I was like, God, wouldn't it be amazing if I just had like a gardener that could help me out? It would be less of a quote. Literally, there was a business card on my door this morning. I'm not even kidding. Right? So like, had I not been paying attention, I could have opened it. Like, there's so many opportunities that come to you if you stay open. I want you to stay open. Number one. Number two, aligned action. Take aligned action. Listen to your gut. Yes, people are going to tell you how to do things, why you should do it this way. But if you don't agree with that, if that advice isn't giving you energy, right, then you don't have to listen to it. We give you permission to not follow what other people are saying. Comparison is the thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to others. Take that aligned action. That is how disruptors are created, right? That's how things get invented and created. Stay in that creation space. So today, just stay open to possibilities. And if you wanted to go live, if you want to do a podcast, if you wanted to post more, like, here's your sign, do it. Just do it. Do it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares until they do. So yay.
Oh, Monday vibes right
I know,
here.
Monday vibes for real. Have a great Monday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.